Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Just trying to get here a little earlier before the sun was starting to come up to get you some views of the plaza lighting. We'll get it when it's a little darker out at some point this holiday season. But I think today I'm going to head over to Westport again, take a little look around. Another addition to my Westport series. Alright, so I about froze my fingers off on top of that parking garage, but I am on basically Westport Road and Wyandotte. Gonna show you guys a few things today. We started out our Westport journey on the west side. And so we're a little more east of the central part of Westport, being way down here. But I thought this was interesting. They got a bunch of new stuff going on with this. Looks like another one of these funky castles that we have seen several of. Sorry guys, I'm watching my 6 here. Well, you can see some of the surviving detail around these windows. I don't think that this was constructed to look this way. That's my opinion. Definitely not constructed, well, it was constructed to look this way, but and as far as this wall, I'm not real sure. Man, they've got all kinds of new stuff going on down here since I've been around. Let's take a little walk over here. Got my favorite bum gloves on today. And there's a little stairway here. I don't know if I'm gonna entertain it, but got a funky wall here. Goes that way. This one's interesting. Hopefully the phone doesn't turn into an ice cube. Weird little cutout here in the wall. Here's a view of the other side. Obviously, this thing's been altered majorly. Looks like a castle. Oh, I just noticed that big arch up top there. Look at those quote unquote stones up here. Is that erosion? I believe we looked at those domes and towers. I try to keep going here, even with the gloves. It's about 14 degrees. And it is brisk. I'm gonna hop over to the other side of the street. Get you some views of the side I was just standing on. What is going on here? What in the world is that? How bizarre. Is that art? We got some arches up in here. Oops, sorry, I might have been covering the mic with my mitten. people walking this way, so I'm gonna cross again after this vehicular. Actually, let's keep rolling. What is going on down here? Super tall entry door. Check this place out, guys. If I can get you zoomed with my frozen fingers. Zero shortage of arches. They're always in the back, it seems. I don't know, if one point in time they went through and squared off a lot of the fronts. Interesting little standalone garage here. What is going on with this thing, guys? Look at this. What are these bricks doing in here? Is this how they built this garage? What's going on? Oh, look how long this thing is. Very interesting. Whew. Boy, it's cold. Looks like I'm not allowed to go into this parking lot. Look at these arches. All right, guys, I'm gonna have to pause it and warm my digits here for a second. There's some of those funky joints. Alright, I'm warmed back up here. Holy cow, guys. Talk about pain. Look at these. I think these are iron. We always see that. This has some cool brick going on. Wow, holy cow, I just noticed Hold on, let me get you a better view here. And this thing has these iron columns or pillars all the way around it. Want to get you a view of the face of this. It's incredible. Same old world pattern we see everywhere. And so we got this beautiful building here. It's obviously been refaced at some point. I always find this very interesting. Sorry if I'm covering the mic. I've got gloves on. And then what do we got going on down here, guys? Is this how they built this? I mean, look at this. We got a little pocket of survival right here. And then that's that little single garage thing we were looking at, I think. Yeah. Oh, there's some arches in there also. Wow. And a janky foundation. Course. Why not just use all bricks? There's another one. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be in this parking lot. So I'm going to try to make it fast. It's like they're so strict these days about parking everywhere. Oh, looks like we're not going to be able to see the sun again today. This little shop here in one of these, you know, back in the day, there used to be a skate shop in the basement of one of these. The name escapes me. right now. But pretty extensive basement and just that one shop, which, oh, it was, so there was a hardware store on top, and then in the basement they had a skate shop. I can't remember the name of the hardware store. Hopefully one of you guys from Kansas City can refresh my memory. It might have been in there. I know that they turned it into like an antique place, which is a very common theme. Look at the brickwork on this guy. Beautiful. We got some more of these. Nope, I'm wrong. Those are wood. And then there used to be a bank here. It wasn't very old. They tore it down and built one of these monstrosities. Let's go ahead and walk to the corner over here. I'm not going to get into the downtown part of Westport today, guys, but we are steadily making our way there. Take a quick little walk up here. Hopefully there's no funk around. A lot of the funk likes to hang out around. Well, the funk is everywhere, but check this out. And we got a stucco job going on here. Fingers are getting a little cold again. And this used to be one of my tattoo spots. It used to be called Freaks on Broadway. It's been pretty good with a lot of those folks at one point in my life. And these three popped up in one of my interwebs or wacky his story searches. How's this for some contrast, guys? Oh, what's going on over here? I meant to get the top of this one. Had some interesting stuff going on. Oh. These are the iron ones. I haven't seen any plates on any of them. Getting pretty rough. Going on back here, guys? Just a massive arched entryway here. Oh, apparently this was Westport Laundry Garage. Interesting. I mean, what are we doing? So I've never noticed this Kearney House Museum here before. Very interesting. Already seeing similar construction technique that we saw with the John Warnell home Pretty sure they are not open. I am an early bird. They want me to scan something to figure it out. I'm not going to. But we'll take a quick walk around this while I'm in the area. It's over here between Broadway and, what is it, Main Street, I believe. So still over here kind of on the east side of Westport. There's your narrative. Oh, by the way, there's this little piece over here. Not really seeing a cannon on that thing. I'm not sure what's going on, but of course, you know, that's what we're doing. Check out the carpentry. What's going on down there? Not sure. This guy is sharpening a tool or a knife of some kind. Maybe he's a construction worker. He was running it on the curb over here. It looked like a knife, but luckily he went the other way. And of course, I'm going to be looking into the narrative on this. See what kind of funk we can find. And what do you know? We got one of these walls right here. Let me show you this interesting structure here while I'm on this corner. And I'm still unsure about these corners. Check this out. going on with this brick? If this was a construction technique or it's from kind of separated at some point. But here's the other side of this house. Interesting fence and gate on this one. Oh, I meant to look at this other corner. You know, it could have been refaced at some time, and that's how they did it as well. There's a fake or faux owl. Oh, wow. This is all brick down here. Sorry guys, I got a little distracted from this home over here. The colonial style, or what is called colonial style. Oh yeah. This looks old world to me. Check out the brick inside of here. Of course, I could be wrong, but all right, I'm gonna get you another view of the side of this. And I got one more little spot we're gonna check out. Stuff them in there. What's going on here? Ooh. Sorry about that. Had you zoomed in. Like there used to be some windows or something going on there. Alright guys, so I promised you in a previous video that we'd take a little stroll down this street with these old colorful homes here in Westport. Oh, what do we got over here? So many, guys. It's incredible. I just like colorful stuff. Hopefully it'll come through. The lighting's a little funky. Got Mr. Sun trying to make his way through the wall cloud once again. Other than that and the cold, it's a pretty beautiful morning. Looks like most of these are businesses. Probably didn't pick the most ideal day to film these. A super bright purple one back in there. I'd love for somebody to ask me why am I filming these homes. And they all have these janky stone foundations that are reminiscent of just about everything we see. That one even has those funky joints. What is going on down here? There's a parking lot here, so look at this one sticking out here. Just funny. Got a little standalone one here on the corner. Love the detail and the paintwork on these. Very tedious stuff. What do we got here? Another wall. Wow. Keep on strolling, guys. There's one oddball in here in the photos that I looked at online that didn't have any color to it. Look at these bricks down here. coffee. But those are originals. There's probably a beautiful brick street here and a beautiful brick walk. Look at all of them have this. Another similar rail to the last one. A couple random brick fence posts. Very interesting. Look at these guys. This one still has some brick going up the walk. Where are all the carriage houses? Haven't seen any stampers yet. Get you backed out, starting to have some focus issues, and it might just be the cold. Not real sure. Alcoholics Anonymous. There's an interesting one on the corner here. I'll get it on the way back. It's got a surviving wall all the way around it. Beautiful yellow one. Can't wait to get back to my coffee in the truck. Oh, cool. This has a porch that sweeps around here. There's your carriage house. Actually looks like a prefab shed that they put there, but get you a quick view of these guys, and then I'm gonna head back and wrap this one up. It's a cold one today. It's gonna be hard to see down there. Let's cross the street. Cool little, look like apartments or something here. Whew. Ah, look at this. Just gonna walk down here real quick. Not sure what's going on top of this, but got one of these walls. Got this beauty. Wow, look at these bricks. Look at that. That's almost the shape of a brick. How bizarre. And the wall continues, ends at that parking lot. All right, guys, I think that's gonna wrap up today's edition of Westport in Kansas City, Missouri. Hope everybody enjoyed the sights today, and I will see you on the next one. Guys, so I got a little bonus for you here. I've been wanting to take a look at this for a long time. Looks like I'm seeing a bell up here, not where it's supposed to be. I'm trying to get a view for you. There's a tree in the way. can see it right there, guys. What's it doing there? Once again. Maybe this man driving the Cadillac here could tell me why the bell is not in the tower. Just a beautiful structure, though. Finally getting a little bit of sun. Look at this thing, guys. Let me get you backed out here. As I mentioned before, there are so many of these. Some more extravagant than others. And this also has this little octagonal section back here. I've seen this on quite a few of these. And then this looks to be standing by itself here. I don't see that it's attached. Oh, what do you know? Why do I keep running into this number? Every time I look at the flipping time or whatever. Beautiful structures here, guys. Let's see what we're looking at over here. And the battery's running down pretty quick with the cold, I believe. What is going on here, guys? We got some brick that goes into the ground. Except, what's going on with this? Been finding this type of stuff all morning. They just said, oh, we'll just throw some stones in right here and then continue to build on top of that. Not real sure what I'm looking at here, guys. I've kind of got a little distracted. Imagine that. Interesting lights. Wow, look at that. There's an old stack back here. Looks to be completely stuccoed or something. In case you didn't know, there's your funky foundation. Apparently this one didn't get either quite so cooked or did and then was buried. All right, back to this amazing church or cathedral or whatever you want to call it. What used to be something completely different than what we refer to it as today. And we got another one of these walls with the funky stone pattern on top. Oops, sorry, got you back or zoomed in still. Always loved these. They got a ton of old apartments here in Westport. I've been in several. Oh, looks like we did a little repair work right here, but left the cap. But this side is a surviving side. Sorry guys, you gotta bear with me. I'm distracted once again, but I just had to show you this other side of the wall here real quick. And we're gonna go back over here. Not sure how well that turned out as I had you zoomed in still once again. Take a little walk up here. Got some great lighting on this side now. See if we can find a cornerstone on this. Oh yeah, by the way, and I noticed it on the other side, but what do we got going on here? Something that's looking very familiar. super tall. I'm not sure what you call these pointed arches. You'll have to excuse me for that. Look at this, guys. Just crazy. Can't even begin to describe how massive this is. Oh, I think I walked by the narrative on this, so let's backtrack here. Saw something written over here. Here's who built this beauty. We'll be looking into this guy for sure. Or a person. Maybe it's a female. I don't know. I'm not seeing a date on here. Maybe that's it. Still got you rolling.
Hey, you got a light? Oh,
What's up?
you got a light?
I do not, man. I'm sorry. What's going on inside there? Y'all just warming out?
Go check.
Beautiful building. Got kind of that octagon looking side over here as well. Maybe it's on both sides. I would have helped that man out, but I wasn't gonna get into my vehicle right now. This is crazy, guys. There's the sun. Feels amazing. What do we got going on here? Looks like a trip hazard. Like it has that red granite inside of it. Oh wow, so this kind of flares out in a few different sections. Wasn't sure if I was getting in on this, having those issues again. I think the phone is about frozen here, guys. All right, I'm gonna get this little piece of ironwork here. I'm not sure if this is OG or not, but I had to get it before I get out of here. How that curls around that. I don't know, guys.